The Art Director's Debrief, Wuthering Heights Deconstructed, Anatomy of a Ghost's Final Victory. Hello and welcome back to the Emotive archive for our final grand analysis of Wuthering Heights. We left the story in a state of grim stasis. Heathcliff is the undisputed master of both houses, his revenge complete, but his soul is a barren empire of ashes. The second generation, Cathy and Hareton, are trapped in a cycle of cruelty and ignorance. In the final chapters we will deconstruct today, 32, 33, and 34, the long dark storm of hatred finally breaks, giving way to a strange, supernatural calm and the fragile dawn of a new kind of love. This is the anatomy of an ending, an exploration of redemption, and a final look into the all-consuming ghostly obsession that defines this masterpiece. The section begins with the return of our narrator, Lockwood, after a long absence. He is our proxy once more, the civilized outsider returning to the savage land. The changes he observes at Wuthering Heights are immediate and profound. The house, once a fortress of gloom and hostility, is now filled with a tentative light. He hears the sounds of a happy domestic argument, a lesson in reading between Cathy and Hareton. This is the first sign that the cycle of abuse has been broken. The scene he witnesses is a portrait of redemptive love. Cathy, who once scorned Hareton for his illiteracy, is now his patient and gentle teacher. Hareton, who once met her arrogance with sullen rage, is now her devoted and eager student. Their burgeoning love is a powerful counterpoint to the destructive, all-consuming passion of the first generation. It is a love built not on a savage fusion of souls, but on a foundation of mutual kindness, forgiveness, and a shared desire to improve. It is a civilized love, a domestic love, and it is the force that begins to heal the deep wounds of the past. The presence of this new, healthy love is the catalyst for Heathcliff's final decline. He sees in the eyes of Cathy and Hareton not just two young people in love, but the agonizing ghosts of his own past. He sees in Hareton the spirit of the first Catherine. He sees in Cathy a reflection of her mother's willfulness. But this reflection is no longer a source of fuel for his revenge. It is a constant, unbearable reminder of what he has lost. He confesses to Nellie, "I have lost the faculty of enjoying their destruction." The very purpose of his life, the grand architectural project of his revenge, has crumbled into dust. He has spent decades meticulously building a hell on earth, only to find that the new generation, through the simple power of forgiveness and affection, is beginning to transform it back into a home. His weapons, cruelty, degradation, manipulation, are useless against the quiet, resilient force of their love. This loss of purpose leads to his final strange and supernatural decline. He begins to see the ghost of Catherine everywhere. She is no longer just a tormenting presence in his mind. She is a physical, visual reality that only he can perceive. He stops eating. He spends his nights walking the moors in conversation with an unseen entity. His state is not one of misery, but of a strange, almost joyful anticipation. He tells Nellie that he is in sight of my heaven. This is a crucial point. His heaven is not a Christian paradise, but a final, complete reunion with Catherine. He is a man who is literally being haunted to death, and he welcomes it. The barrier between the world of the living and the world of the dead has for him completely dissolved. He is a man who is already a ghost waiting for his body to catch up. His death is as strange and Gothic as his life. He is found dead in the old oak-paneled bed, the one where Lockwood had his nightmare. The window is open to the rain, his body is drenched, and on his face is a look of frightful, lifelike gaze of exultation, a sneering, triumphant smile. He has not been defeated, he has won. He has achieved his single desire. He has finally, after 18 years of tormented waiting, been reunited with his soul. The final details of his burial are a testament to this supernatural union. He is buried next to Catherine, and the sexton, following his orders, has knocked out the sides of their coffins so that their dust may literally mingle in the earth. The local legends of their ghosts walking the moors together are not just folk tales. They are the final poetic confirmation of a love that was always too wild, too powerful, to be contained by the simple boundaries of life and death. The storm is over. The two halves of a single savage soul are finally at peace, and a new, gentler generation is left to heal in the quiet aftermath. Now that we have anatomized the novel's haunting conclusion, let us elevate our analysis for our final thesis. The traditional reading sees the ending of Wuthering Heights as a triumph of the new generation's gentle love over the old generation's savage hatred. It is seen as a victory for civilization, for kindness, for the light of Thrushcross Grange finally taming the darkness of Wuthering Heights. But what if this reading is too simple, too optimistic? I will now argue that the ending is far more ambiguous and, in many ways, more radical. It is not the story of nature being tamed by civilization. It is the story of nature, in its wildest, most amoral form, achieving its ultimate supernatural apotheosis, leaving behind a new, hybrid generation that will forever carry the seeds of its savage past. Let us first deconstruct the love between the second Catherine and Hareton. It is, without question, a redemptive force. Their journey from mutual contempt to loving partnership is the novel's moral center. Cathy teaches Hareton to read, restoring to him the intellectual legacy that Heathcliff stole. Hareton, in turn, teaches her loyalty and forgiveness. Their union promises to finally unite the two warring houses, to blend the refinement of the Lintons with the earthy strength of the Earnshaws. On the surface, this is a perfect, happy ending, a return to social and domestic harmony. But we must look closer. Their love is not born in a vacuum. It is born in the shadow of Heathcliff's tyranny, and only allowed to flourish when he, in his obsession with the ghost of the first Catherine, loses interest in tormenting them. They are, in a sense, the children left to play amongst the ruins after a great and terrible war has ended. Furthermore, their final union is not a victory for the civilized Grange over the savage Heights. It is a merger, a synthesis. They plan to marry and then move back to Wuthering Heights. This is a crucial detail. They are not abandoning the wild, passionate, and dangerous world of the moors. They are choosing to make it their home. This suggests that the savage spirit of the Heights has not been defeated. It has been absorbed. The new generation is not purely Linton, it is a new, more balanced hybrid of Linton and Earnshaw. The wildness has not been tamed, it has been integrated. Now, let us analyze the death of Heathcliff. It is not a defeat, it is a triumph. He does not die a broken, repentant man. He dies in a state of ecstatic, almost joyful madness. His final days are not a punishment, but a consummation. He has spent his entire life tormented by the separation from his soul, Catherine. His death is the final ecstatic reunion. His chilling, triumphant smile in death is the smile of a man who has finally achieved his life's single, all-consuming purpose. He has successfully transcended the physical world to be reunited with his ghost. This is not a Christian redemption. It is a pagan apotheosis, a final merging with the wild, amoral, and eternal forces of the moors that he and Catherine always embodied. The final image of their ghosts walking the moors together is the ultimate expression of this triumph. They have not gone to heaven or hell. They have become a permanent, elemental part of the landscape they loved. They have become a local legend, a ghost story, a force of nature that will forever haunt the imagination of the civilized world. They have achieved a form of immortality that is completely outside the bounds of conventional religion or morality. In the end, the passionate, destructive, and supernatural love of Catherine and Heathcliff is not condemned. It is mythologized. It becomes a permanent and powerful feature of the world, as real and as enduring as the wind and the rocks. In conclusion, the ending of Wuthering Heights is not a simple victory for good over evil. It is a far more complex and unsettling resolution. It suggests that while the gentle, civilized love of the second generation can bring peace and healing, the wild, savage, and amoral passion of the first generation possesses a power that is eternal, supernatural, and ultimately transcendent. The storm of Catherine and Heathcliff has not truly passed. It has simply transformed, becoming a permanent part of the landscape, a haunting and beautiful reminder of a love that was too powerful for this world. Thank you for joining me in the Emotive Archive.